Wow, it was incredible, the amount of grip that it was, together with the weather. So our cars are very sensitive to that, and all of a sudden we're second quicker again, and which is great. The corners that we have here, so high speed in some of the areas that you're like, wow, I can't believe we're going that fast. And at the same time, you have very super slow corners like first gear. So great job, everyone here. I think it's great to be behind the wheel of IndyCar just before the season starts. And yeah, looking forward to St. Pete. Well, it's not only based on this. I feel that having this opportunity, we're not going to race here, but having this opportunity to try things that normally race weekend, you can't, because you just focus in something else. It's extremely important. But in the end of the day, we're excited. The team, Maya Shank Racing, worked extremely hard during the off season, and obviously we're looking for great results. And certainly St. Pete is in our eyesight.
Yeah, the track was phenomenal this morning. I think a few guys put on tyres to start the day, and the track was really fast. So it'd be very hard to replicate those times. But I think towards the end of the day, when everyone was putting tyres on at the same time, the track was, probably about half a second quicker than it was yesterday. So it's it's great. Everyone's getting to grips with the track itself. The rubber's getting laid down. The more Firestone rubber on the track, the better for us. And it's just getting darker and darker and darker out there. So you can really commit. But a lot of fun. Very hard on the old neck, but a lot of fun.
It was kind of obvious that in the morning the track was going to be fastest. Even though that I did have a lap later in the day, which was only a tenth off. Didn't really expect that, but car seems to be in a good window, so we got to keep it there to get rid of my stash.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, no, so I can't shave it until I want to race, so it's got to be in St. Pete, obviously. But now I've got something to drive for and it works, so I got to keep it. I think it's great that we got stability. Stefano coming in has helped us massively. I think where the car is now, sort of similar to last year, but we're moving in the right direction. I mean, we've got a car up, which has now been second 2 days in a row, so it's moving in the right direction. I think the dynamics are great within the team.
I mean, honestly, it's a beautiful facility. The track's been absolutely awesome to drive. It's very high speed. It's pretty tricky in a few parts of the track, and that's kind of testing our setup pretty harshly right now. I think if we could find a good marinade of all the best bits that we've been able to find and put them just into one lap, I'd say we'd be pretty happy, but that's been a little tricky, as you can imagine. But no, it's a beautiful place to be, and I'm optimistic that maybe we get to come back here again. Certainly, I hope so. I mean, we've got a little bit of speed to find, I think. So hopefully we use this lunch hour well, come back for the afternoons and try and finish on a strong note, because it's likely this will be the last time that we're in the car before St. Pete, and obviously completely different tracks, but still nice to finish on a positive note and go into the first race with optimism. And then honestly, just to have a bit more like personal growth. I think there's things that, even on a bad year like we had last year, there was areas of my own performance that I was happy with, but also ones that I wasn't happy with, and that's what I've been focusing on the off season, is how do I just simply do better. And then what's been nice, the atmosphere within the team, is everybody really has embraced that. Let's be accountable for where we can each improve as individuals, and then globally come together and just try and be a better team. So honestly, my expectation is to improve on all the areas I needed to last year.
Thermal's sick. Beautiful facility, very picturesque, right? We had a few gremlins yesterday, so we didn't have a lot of a morning session. The afternoon was slightly better, but today we're just struggling with the balance of the car. I can't lean on it. I can't work with it. It's kind of fighting me pretty much everywhere. So we just need to find a better balance overall to try and see if we can extract a little bit more. We're definitely not where we want to be. So, I understand we don't race here, but it's practice to when we when we go to new circuits and it tests you and your engineer's skill to kind of, evaluate things and then keep making changes to make it better. But it's been frustrating nevertheless. I just really wish we can roll off strong more than what we have in the past. We've 50 or 60% of the races we'll roll off, and our true pace will be pretty weak. So there's been so many times where we've made very big steps for qualifying. I mean, we've been one of the best qualifiers, but what it's taken to get there, we're wasting time that I guess if we rolled off a little bit stronger, we could be even better. So I just think it's just all about rolling off strong, because there's not a lot of track time and we don't get a lot of tires for that track time. So it's really important to maximize kind of the pre-event stuff that you sort of know in order to arrive with, I guess, the best package that you think. So we need to work on that.
Well, I mean, we just haven't been very fast. Christian's done a great job. He's got a lot of pace. I think Jack and I in that session, it seems, for whatever reason, our car setups are supposed to be similar, but just talking to him a second ago, they're polar opposite, somehow imbalanced from what Jack and I have. So we need to look and understand why. That's going to be question number one. Car's just super nervous, for me, and in the high speed around here, that's pretty tough. But I mean, we'll see. We don't race here, right? Not to downplay it, because we want to be fast everywhere that we go. But we got to be a little careful tuning for here versus, what we may see. I think the cornering speed here, for instance, like turn 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, we're not going to see that anywhere this year. So we got to be a little bit cautious, but this place has been awesome. Well, personal goals, to start is, we got to win races. I mean, it's been frustrating. It's been a frustrating few years for me, and to get over that hurdle, I think would be tremendous again. And we're starting off at some places that I'm very comfortable with and stuff. So hopefully we can do that. I mean, last year was disappointing, to say the least. I think we expect to be a lot better than 11th. I think where we finished in points. So we'll work on that. As far as the team, clearly we need to win too. I mean, as an organization, we've got the shiny new building. We got some great new people. We've been able to give direction, I think, to our engineering staff and what we want to do. We got to go do it now. So hopefully we make it happen. So far, good. It's no easy task anymore to find good people. Just a lot of people in racing. Some are starting to phase out, and to get new people in is a little bit of a challenge. But we've been fortunate here over the years to work with a lot of tech colleges and stuff like that, bring in some young people, and everybody's doing a great job. So heads down, just focus on the goals ahead. And, this is a good sort of dress rehearsal for everybody. But we're ready to get to St. Pete for sure.
Yeah, it was pretty useful 2 days, 4 sessions. We started out pretty well and we struggled a bit, but we found a lot at the end again. So we made a big step, learned a lot, me too. And unfortunately, it was just crazy out there to get a lap in. So we had 2 more sets of new tires that we couldn't really use to put a lap in. But no, I think we learned a lot. We can take a lot towards St. Petersburg to improve and hopefully get a podium there. Yeah, I'm very excited. It's it's a long off season. I haven't been in the car since Laguna and now this test, so I'm excited to get it going again, get the race blood flowing again. So that's gonna be fun, and St. Pete is always a fun race. It's the first race of the season, and the atmosphere is just amazing.
Yeah, super excited to be back driving an IndyCar for 2 complete days here at Thermal. Learned a lot, did a lot of laps, which it's good, and it's not usual nowadays with limited testing. But yeah, super happy with the car. I think we found some good stuff that we were thinking during the winter, and that hopefully we can translate that into all the season in different tracks. So looking good, and hopefully we can get that number 10 American Legion car on Victory Lane at St. Pete. It's exciting, really exciting, and it's crazy that it's already here at St. Pete. So we're starting. Once we start, we know that it's going to be a non-stop. So yeah, we'll go back to the shop, review everything that we've done in the number 10, review everything from all the Ganassi cars, because I think we've been pretty strong, but we need to get all the data together and try and find the best stuff for St. Pete. But yeah, super excited. Cannot wait to go to the simulator. Feel like I'm already there and get ready for the first street course of the season.
It's nice to get back in the car. It's great to get the team working again. Everyone's been super nice here to let us drive at this awesome track. And yeah, it's hard to correlate a lot of the stuff here for what we'll be using for the actual year, but it's nice to get everybody together and run again. No, not for St. Pete. Yeah, the track's drastically different. Although it is quite slow in a lot of places, which does help for street course stuff. It's a little too smooth for us to use, but like I said, it's just nice to get everybody together and get going again. Yeah, super excited. It's gonna be an awesome year. It seems like the off season is so long, and then all of a sudden you're back at the racetrack and you're ready to go again. So it's exciting to get everybody here. It's exciting. It gets the juices flowing on the race season, and we know it's not too far away. So can't wait for it.
Yeah, I think it was a really good day for us. A lot of incidents. You know, I feel like on our last run, I made a small mistake, and we were on a really good lap. So I feel bad for making that mistake, but this is the time that we want to be competitive and prepping for St. Pete. So in some ways it's good in that, you know, you have this environment to experiment with, especially with some new people on our car on the 2 team. I was pushing, they were pushing, and without this time, you know, you don't really know what you don't know. So being able to run through that, make some mistakes together, I think is going to set us up a lot better for that first race in St. Pete. I'm very excited. You know, I love driving this Shell car. You know, this whole year is going to be exciting with renewable fuels. It's a huge step for Shell and everybody on the series. You know, Firestone as well has been pushing on sustainability with their new green tire. So it's an exciting time to be a part of IndyCar. I think it's the most competitive it's ever been. It's just not going to be easy. Every week you show up, I think it's going to be a 10th or 2 is going to be the difference between 1st and 15th. So I'm excited, but I'm a little bit nervous. You know, I feel like being good and being at the top of the sheets is just not going to be an easy thing to do, and we're going to have to bring our A game every single week.